Greetings and welcome to episode 29 of the 4,000 question challenge. And we're going to bridge a chapter ending today. So we got 4 questions in the previous chapter, and then we hop into the next. What mentors, dead or alive, do you wish you had access to? What mentors dead or alive? Like who could I have? Would be nice to have like on my speed dial. Well, you'd have to bridge language gaps. But I think like Aristotle, Alexander the Great, they would be really nice to have. Einstein, Hawking's, they would be really nice to have. I would like to speak to. Unfortunately, actually, now that I think about it, almost all the references I'm thinking of are white dudes because our culture overemphasizes their contributions to our society and underrepresents the contributions of women and people of diversity. So that right there would be a fine example of how I have internalized sexism and racism. So this question got a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to get. So there you go. And as a good ally, I need to call that bullshit and work on having a more diverse internal selection of potential mentors. What about you as a child? Do you hope people will remember as a kid? My humanity? My compassion? I'd like that to be remembered. How did growing up change you? Well, I realized that the way I was raised was wrong. And that's probably the biggest change. When looking back at your childhood, what do you do and do not want to repeat? I think I've covered enough of the don't want to repeat things, and the things I'd like to repeat. Again, compassion, humanity, empathy, sympathy, those kind of things. I had some of those traits as a child, and I'm trying really hard to expand them. All right, now we're going to start family and friends, which is the next chapter of the book. We start out, we have like 4 or 5 questions here, I think. If you only had 1 quarter, who would you call? Well, that kind of presumes I don't have my cell phone with me. If I had to, because that's really subjective. I never just have 1 quarter on me, so ever. I usually carry like $9 or $10 worth of quarters in my pocket at all times. And why am I having to call this person? Do I need legal help? Do I need medical help? Do I need a conversation? Am I in a particularly dark moment and I'm trying to find someone to help me through it? I'd like to have more information to answer that question reasonably. As a child, were you closer to your mother or father? My mother. What troubles do you have with your parents? My father was an abusive alcoholic. My mother was an enabler. Neither of them should have been parents. Period. So, there you go. Which parents are you closer to now? Ironically, my father. He's a far better person sober. Do you have any siblings? I have a sister. Her name is Hope. She lives in San Diego. Are you close to your siblings? Not particularly, as I have often quipped in the past. Hope and I get along great with a continent between us. So no, my sister and I are not close. We were never really close beyond early childhood. Yeah, we started to really kind of separate at age probably 8 or 10, and it just got further and further apart. She leads a much different life and has much different stances. For example, she's married to a red cap, and I would not be married to a red cap. Flat out. And if I had kids, I would not let them be raised by a red cap. But that's just me. Hey, come on, cat, don't step on my keyboard. Ah!